Welcome back to Everything New in Unity 6.0. I'm Michael with Ready Play Games. Let's go to the Netcode for GameObjects. Netcode for GameObjects is a high-level networking library built for Unity for you to abstract networking logic. Netcode for GameObjects version 2.0 now supports distributed authority, beta, and includes improvements to improve best practices in multiplayer game development. For more information about basic netcode for GameObject features in practical examples for individual APIs, refer to the Multiplayer Use Cases Bite-Size sample. They added distributed authority mode in netcode for GameObjects clients have distributed ownership of or authority over spawned netcode objects during a game session. With distributed authority, the clients have the governed authority to spawn network game objects, which is announced to the cloud state service and conveys state updates to all connected clients. A highly optimized cloud state service maintains the overall state of a network session between clients. Added a new RPC attribute that can perform the functions of both server and client RPCs, as well as enabling client-to-client RPCs. And they added many utility methods, which include network manager.onConnection event, server is host, and instantiate and spawn, and more. I wonder what was the more? They added the refresh in scene prefab instances option in the network object component context menu. This property to update the global object ID hash value for prefab instances in the scene that existed before they had a network object component. This property affects all scenes included in the build list. They added the network manager methods setPeerMTU and getPeerMTU to give full control over maximum transmission unit sizes. Use this for custom protocol in netcode for GameObjects. Improved network prefab identification generation. For example, global object ID hash, to fix issues where Unity assigned invalid values. Improve the serialization API and code gen pipelines in the following ways. They added generate serialization for type attribute method that you can apply to a class or method to ensure the specific type is included in the code gen serialization process. They added the generate serialization for generic parameter attribute method that you can use to include generic types wrapped by a network variable type in the code gen process. Exposed additional network variable serialization methods to improve custom network variable creation without any boxing cost. You can use the network variable base.markNetworkBehaviorDirty method to mark network variables as dirty. RPCs in generic network behavior types can now serialize parameters of the class's generic types. They improve support for 32-bit ARM v7 in netcode. And finally, they added network manager events on server started, on server stopped, on client started, and on client stopped to provide better notification of the network manager initialization process. And that was all the netcode for GameObjects stuff in Unity 6.0.